most landlords think. Once you sign the lease and the tenant moves in, life's easy. And now you just gotta collect rent, do maintenance, keep the tenant happy, keep them in the property. But I wanna discuss quickly what we do before a tenant moves in to make sure we've taken care of the property correctly and set ourselves up to protect ourselves for when that tenant moves out. So in Howard County, Maryland, you need a rental license for any rental property. And if the home is built before 78, you need to do a lead inspection. This is required actually in Maryland for every property every year built before 1978. So if those two things are done, you've got a property that's ready to rent. The next thing is you want to make sure that property is in really good condition and move in ready before you even show the property. What we found is if we show properties that are in the middle of turnover, or maybe the carpet's not as clean as it should be, or walls need painted, we're not going to attract the tenant we want. We're also going to potential tenants are going to be asking for us to make some repairs because they see us already working in the property. So we want to make sure the property is licensed, we have the lead inspection done if needed, and the property is move-in ready before we ever show the property. Now, when we start showing the property, we have tenants that see this house, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's move-in ready. We're going to attract better tenants that are willing to pay what we're asking. So now, once we've shown the property, we have an application. We've talked about the application in other videos of a couple things to look out for, like fake IDs, fake information, maybe the tenants want you to use their background check, that kind of stuff. But once we have an application, we run it, we approve them. Once we approve that applicant, have them sign the lease and collect the security deposit, okay? So in Maryland, we do 1 month security deposit and have them sign the lease. And now we take the property off the market. With the lease, we have a set date of when they're gonna move in. And the day they move in, we're gonna exchange keys for first month's rent. In the meantime though, before they ever move in, the way we handle it is we wanna do a full property inspection. So I'm gonna add what that looks like here. So now now that we've done that inspection, we've documented the property, we've documented what it looks like, we've taken pictures of everything, we have all the information of what that property looks like when the tenant received it and they moved in. The next thing we do is we allow the tenants 2 weeks to kind of go through the property, live in the property, and then update us with anything they found that maybe needs to be fixed or items they want to note. Like maybe there's a window with a small crack in it or something that they want to say, hey, this was here when we moved in. Over the years, we used to walk through the property with tenants, but they're in a rush to maybe move in. We're trying to document everything we're seeing together, we're signing stuff. We found the 2 weeks that you give the tenants gives them ample time to kind of go through, live in the property. Think about when you buy a used car and everything looks good, but then you wash it for the first time and you start seeing some scratches and some dings. That's kind of our thought there is you want to give the tenants a little bit of time to kind of be in the property. They're moving in, they're setting it up, and maybe they see something. And then they might ding something here and there, but you do still have those photos before they moved in. But we have found that's the best way. And then after 2 weeks, they got to submit that. And now that is the full move-in condition of the property. Our video plus their list of items they've mentioned. We've also found in that they will then reach out to us and say, hey, I've got a door that squeaks or I've got these little things. We can then jump on those, fix them, and the tenants really appreciate it because now they know that we care about the property and we want to take care of it. So now you've documented that the tenants move in, they have possession, and now you manage the property for 1, 2, 3 years. The tenants move out. What's the next step? This is the most important, is you have a timeline with security deposit that you've got to make sure you return that to the tenant. You've got to document why you're going to charge anything against that security deposit, and you also need to pay interest on that security deposit. And so that's where you got to go once the tenant moves out, and you do another video, another full property walkthrough of that unit to document the way the tenant gave it back to you. Now the tenant's going to tell you that was there when they moved in, or this was like this, or this happened, whatever happened, right? You now have a move-in video and a move-out video. You can go and actually compare, was the countertop like that? There, a crack in the wall? Was that window actually broken when they moved in? Oh yes, it was, we can confirm that. So now when you are doing the move-out, with that security deposit, you're gonna add interest based on the going interest rate in Maryland. You're going to also now deduct any tenant rent that was due, any late fees they didn't pay. If they all paid, everything was great, you're gonna go through it. Did they clean the property? Did they leave it in good condition with normal wear and tear expected? Now this is one that a lot of people struggle with, is what's normal wear and tear? I can hang pictures on the wall. Maybe I have a pet, maybe I have kids, and there's stuff, maybe there's crayon on the wall. Some of that is normal wear and tear. It's expected that you should be painting properties between tenants, especially in hallways and areas with high use. Carpet, you're looking 5 to 7 years depending on the life of that carpet. How long was that carpet in the property? Was it used by the previous tenant and now it looks like it's worn and not clean? Did the tenant actually clean the carpet and provide a receipt of cleaning that deposit or of cleaning that carpet? So these are the things that you want to look for. But the key thing is to provide and do a full property walkthrough so you have documentation. We used to just walk through with the tenant with a checklist and we would note stuff and say, hey, okay, that wall has a little bit of scuff on it. Not where it doesn't need to be fixed, but I just want to note that. But having photos and having videos adds so much more value. And then giving that tenant the 2 weeks for them to give you any more information also provides a lot of value, because if they don't provide anything back to you, they're now saying the property was in the exact condition that you agree it was in with no questions. We found the tenants like it. It also provides good insight for us of what they're looking for and take care of that. So again, if you have any questions, we try to provide a lot of information for landlords in Maryland and DC to help make your life easier. If you ever need a property manager in these areas, let us know. We'd love to help you. Again, BJ with Real Property Management. Here's some other videos. You can subscribe. Thanks for watching.